For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jake Benson. Started Libra 3.5 years ago. I like to tell people that I was the very first nerd to Google search this fascinating question: how do I pay my capital gains taxes on Bitcoin? Well, I ended up answering that question myself by starting my own company, Libra. And that was 3.5 years ago. It's like 25 years in dog years, in crypto years. That's like maybe 50 years. Anyways, feels like decades ago. It was early 2014. Bitcoin was around $500, dropping to $200. MTGOX had just collapsed. Nobody knew at all what the future would look like. Some of us thought that we'd be buying Starbucks Frappuccinos with Bitcoin, and that was what the future looked like. But here we are looking at a $10,000 Bitcoin. A lot of people have made a lot of money. And not to be a downer, but as a result, people have built up pretty large tax obligations as well. That's just one of two sure things in life: death and taxes. It just is. What we do at Libra is build accounting, audit, and tax software for the industry. It ain't sexy, but it's the blocking and tackling that somebody needs to do. When I started Libra, I didn't want to build my own blockchain or build my own token. From day one, our vision has always been to just build the necessary tools that the industry absolutely needed in order to mature and to scale. Technology to support the growth of this industry. So far, the industry has definitely grown. It's grown faster than any of our imaginations in an extremely short period of time. But I don't think that the supporting technology that's necessary, the infrastructure, has matured at the same rate. As an industry, we cannot collapse under the weight of our own success. We know for a fact that institutional money is coming, and heck, it's right here at our doorstep, maybe some of you in this audience. And as a result of that, there is going to be a need for a higher degree of formal processes and reporting transparency. And if that mature infrastructure fails to come into this industry, I think the whole space could miss a massive opportunity. I think the world is starting to get ready for this industry, but the question is this industry now ready yet for the world? So we at Libra, we're going to kick our efforts up a notch and help this industry mature. We let the world know this just yesterday by announcing our Series A of $7.8 million. So that's a traditional Series A equity round. So sorry, we're not up here to pitch any Libra tokens. But the question is, how are we going to put this money to work? We aren't going to reveal everything just yet, of course, but our first step is to solve for the crucial middle and back office functions of institutional traders and investors. Currently, the majority of funds and exchanges are literally using just human effort, Excel spreadsheets, and manual labor to track and account for trading. It's totally unscalable. Duct tape and popsicle sticks can only hold it for so long. So today we are announcing a brand new product for crypto funds, crypto market makers, and crypto exchanges. It's called Libra Crypto Office.
One more.
Libra Crypto Office, it's a blockchain native solution to replace manual human effort with software. Simple as that. We can do perfectly in seconds what humans stumble through in months. And that's not an exaggeration, because we've seen the people in the industry doing this manually. And in short, we help crypto businesses scale their middle and back office functions so that they can laser focus on their real mandate, which is to grow their assets under management and volumes. So we really do believe that a proper solution here is going to help the industry reach its true potential. Libra Crypto Office, it's available right now. It's a real live product. We built it, and in fact, we are announcing two of our premier customers. The first customer we're announcing is XBTO. They are one of the leading traders and liquidity providers in the space, so we're really happy to be working with them. Thanks to Philippe and his team for being excellent customers and partners. And then the second customer that we're announcing today is one of the leading platforms for exchanging crypto to crypto, and that's Shapeshift. They're using our platform. So again, thanks to Eric Voorhees and his team for being excellent partners and customers as well. So I'm going to pass it off to Jeremy, who's going to explain more about how we think about creating solutions for this industry and what our methodology and thinking is like.
Sure. Thanks, Jake. So let me advance this thing. My name is Jeremy Drain, Chief Commercial Officer. Prior to being at Libra, I worked at PwC for 13 years. I actually founded PwC's blockchain and crypto practice back in the early days. We went through looking for tool sets that we could use to automate and scale accounting, financial accounting, and tax processes. I ran across Jake a couple years ago. We hit it off pretty well. And then from there, just made better sense for me to join the Libra team directly. Prior to that, I was an SAP guy. Jake is an SAP guy as well. So, all right, the couple slides I'm going to take you through here is like, how did we get to this point and what exactly does our software do? So if nothing else, working in a big consultancy or accounting firm, it teaches you how to properly solve a financial business problem. And so we applied a very significant amount of rigor to our approach, and I'm going to take you through the approach. The data is interesting, and I can certainly talk to some of the high points, but here's the point. You're going to give us your financial information, and we're going to give you your P&L, we're going to mark-to-market your books, we're going to give you your tax. Like, you need to know that we do things the right way, and that is the point. We are institutional grade. The people that invested in us are institutional investors, and they need properly developed solutions in order for them to put money to work. It's their fiduciary responsibility. Okay, so we talked to lots of people, some people in the room. Current state, historical data is terrible. I mean, unfortunately, multiple data feeds, you know. If you're a fund, why do you want to build all the infrastructure to connect to all the exchanges? Then you hop over and you create a new fund and you have to do it again. I mean, that's silly, right? Manual processing is non-scalable and error-prone. I mean, markets are 24/7, 365. People take vacations, they get sick, they work 40 hours a week. You know, exactly who's going to do all of this work when they're not there? So there's a whole bunch of current state issues that the industry needs to solve in order for institutional money to flow. Next, so we sort of took that analysis and we stepped back and we framed the challenge, which is crypto transactions grow exponentially, and the financial accounting, the reporting, the compliance is a manual process. At some point in time, you reach a level of complexity in your operations where you simply can't scale. It could be when you go to multiple venues, so now you're trading across multiple exchanges. It could be when you're trading multiple pairs. It could be any number of different things, but at some point in time, you're going to hit a point where you can't scale anymore. So, future state. So what we did is we asked people, like, what is nirvana? Like, what exactly does this industry need? And it's essentially the other side of the coin, right, of the issues associated in the current state. They need good historical information because your financial statements, you start at a certain point, and if your historical's not correct, well, then obviously your future's not going to be correct too. You need a single source. Like, you need some way to abstract away the complexity of plugging into a distributed and decentralized ecosystem, right? You need, obviously, to save in time and make your processes scalable, you need to eliminate errors. We're talking about money. We help you count your money, and we give you the right numbers. And that's just it's a requirement, and it's taken for granted because in the old school economy, a lot of those processes and data standards have been put in place. But in a distributed, decentralized ecosystem, everybody picks, you know, what they want. They want to call it XBT and BTC. I want to round data up to 2 decimal places, and I'm going to give you all 7. How the heck do you reconcile all that stuff? So that's the future state. What we boiled it down to a set of requirements. It has to be a holistic solution. It's got to be offered. It's got to help you on your previous history as well as go forward. It's got to be accurate. Like, there isn't rooms for mistakes here. This is financial statement stuff. It's got to be continuous. Stuff is always running 24/7, 365. You have to be able to create information in real time because you need to make decisions in real time. It's got to be scalable. So if you get to know us, what you're going to figure out is the people that are building our infrastructure, they have built some of the most secure, largest managed service platforms in the world. So a lot of them come from IHS Markit, where, you know, the top 25 banks in the world used those platforms, it is exactly that type of platform that we have built. And then, of course, it's got to be secure. We're in the process right now of a SOC 1 Type 2 audit. And so all of the information that you take out of our system, we will be able to punch it over to your fund administrator if you're on the fund side, and it'll all pass muster. So essentially the solution, Libra Crypto Office, Jake's going to take you through some slides, but here's the point. It's live. It's working today, and it's a matter of essentially configuring, establishing your perimeter, where are you trading, what are your wallets, all those sorts of things. But the system can produce the information today. And it's very, very specific to funds, market makers, and exchanges. We're not, doing all different things with ICOs and, all different types of operating companies. This is financial software specific to these market segments. We're not trying to be all things to all people. And this is where we're laser focused. As Jake said, we'll focus on the information side so that you can focus on the trading side. So with that, I think we'll kind of take it through.
So here's just a visual for you. Essentially, what is Libra doing? It's connecting to all the different exchanges that you trade on. It's connecting to pricing data. It can suck up OTC trading. It can suck up historical data. And really, at its core, it's an aggregation and normalization engine. Once we have that clean and normalized data, then we can do things with that. We can generate reports for you. It can be compliance-focused reports, tax-focused reports, performance-focused reports. We have a web app where you can see and visualize your data in real time. And we have feeds and APIs, so even your own developers can take our cleaned and aggregated data and do with it that they please. So here's a few quick images of the platform, but you can come to our booth and just see this running live for yourself. Here's your dashboard. A lot of people take some of these numbers for granted, but in this industry with the diversity of data and sometimes the quality of exchanges and historical data, it's actually quite a challenge to arrive at these values here. So on the left, you can see what you're trading, and on the right, you can see where you're trading it. We sum up all the fees, and we give you the really important numbers kind of there at the top. There's your mark-to-market value of all your crypto. And by the way, it's totally crypto agnostic and blockchain agnostic. It can work with any cryptocurrency or token, and we're supporting all the major exchanges. There's your cost basis information, there's your trade volume, and you can calculate this over any period of time, even up to the hour, and ultimately your unrealized gains as well. Now, this is just kind of the top level. This is just the tip of the iceberg in version 1 of the product. We're going to do a lot more. But if you drill down into some of this data here, this is just a simple view of your aggregated and normalized data. Again, kind of take it for granted, but we've serialized all of this stuff. We've indexed it, create unique IDs and tax lot identifiers for every single acquisition, for every single disposal. When we get to this page, you can see a single disposal event with, that looks like about 10 different acquisition events with different cost bases. We calculate your holding period, and even across different exchanges, we get this all organized. Again, a nightmare to do manually, but the software is custom built just for the cryptocurrency space and just for the exchanges and the uniqueness of different cryptos. And then finally, you can slice and dice your data any way you like. This is just an image of some of that visualization here. Like I said, you can come to our booth and see more in real time. So what's next, guys? Well, just like we want to design a solution extremely simply and intuitively, just come connect with us. We have a booth downstairs, or you can visit our website and get in touch with us. We'll give you a demo. We can define your scope. What does it take to implement our solution? It can be as little as 2 weeks. You can choose a subscription. We have got very simple pricing, and then select a start date and get up and running. So thank you, guys.
We didn't actually take any questions, but I don't know if anybody has any questions for us. We could certainly answer them. Oh, yes, sir.
What is the price?
Our pricing is a 3-year, it's a 1 year, a 2 year, or 3 year subscription. It's dependent upon, are you an exchange, or are you a fund, or if you're a market maker. So why don't we have that conversation one-on-one in the back as soon as this is done. That's
cool.
Yeah. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? All right, cool. Thanks for listening.